The story begins with a man named Walker, in whose cabin we see a lot of drugs and money, which he sets on fire. Then, in the next scene, we are shown a truck being pursued by the police because the washing machine in the truck contained drugs. Countless police cars were chasing the truck, and shots were being fired. However, the people in the truck managed to evade the bullets. Eventually, all the police cars were left behind, except for one that was still close. The people in the truck then threw a washing machine at it. They threw it, and the police officer inside is badly injured in the accident. The police car had come to a halt. The injured officer's partner calls for backup, but it's of no use. They had already managed to get away with the truck. In the next scene, we see Charlie and his 3 associates arriving near a club. These 4 were also driving the truck with the drugs, from which they had now collected money by selling the drugs. They were going to give this money to a gangster from whom they had borrowed earlier. Upon seeing Charlie and his associates, this boy sends him out of the room. The uncle's name is Ching, and as soon as Ching goes outside, he stays near a car by the club. Inside the car were 3 masked men holding guns. Meanwhile, Ching receives a message from someone telling him to leave the area immediately, taking the other 2 with him. Those still waiting in the car also saw the masked men. They quickly inform Charlie's friend that an attack is imminent. They urge them to leave the place at once, as the masked men waste no time in entering the club and start firing rapidly. Chaos erupts in this location, and numerous individuals are tragically killed in the ensuing gunfire. The news of the shooting at the club swiftly reaches Walker and his partner, both of whom are police officers, and they promptly arrive at the scene without delay. A horrific scene unfolds inside, with bodies scattered everywhere and bloodstains marking the area. To ascertain what transpired here, Walker and Ellie review the CCTV footage, during which Walker also identifies Charlie. Would Charlie knew him? He knew, but in front of the police, he refused to recognize Charlie. He quickly leaves and goes to a politician, whom we found out was Charlie's dad. Walker asked him if he knew where Charlie was. When the politician replied in the negative, Charlie showed him the CCTV footage of the club where the shooting had occurred. One says that, "It's clear in the CCTV footage that your son is visible. He will get involved in this case because it seems like he's with those who were doing the shooting." The politician frightened Walker. He states, "Regardless of the circumstances, my utmost priority is ensuring my son's safety and well-being. If not, I will reveal to everyone the manner in which you compensated official legal representatives to have the charges against you nullified." The scene transitions to depict the mother. This woman is the head of the very gang from which Charlie and his companions had procured a loan. They attempted to repay the debt to her son, the criminal, and during this encounter, a shootout occurred, resulting in the gangster's demise, which is the reason the mother is. She is very upset and angry. She points a gun at her brother Sheen and asks, "Tell me, how did he die? And where were you when all this happened?" King says that your son had already sent me outside. Mother asked, "So, how did you manage to survive?" And then from whose memory we found out that the attackers were somehow linked with him, and China had already been informed of the attack before it happened, so he fled from there. But he doesn't tell this to his sister, that is, mother. Here, Walker is shown whose target is to find Charlie. Sting. He goes to a nearby clinic from the bar where the injured people were getting treated. He threatens and asks him, "Tell me what happened there?" Bullet didn't know much either. He told Makar that he only saw 3 masked men come in and start firing rapidly. After that, many people died and were injured. We don't know much more than that. After that, he goes to the hospital to meet his injured colleague who had an open machine thrown at him. The other police officers present there inform him that the person who threw the machine was none other than Chana. All of Walker's associates knew that Walker would somehow support Charlie because of his deep connection with Charlie's dad, which is why they don't allow him to meet the injured officer. He meets the injured officer's wife, who tells Walker that shortly before the accident, she had spoken to him. He was mentioning your name and saying that someone. Today, the police force is going to find themselves in significant trouble. Here, we are provided with a brief glimpse of Walker's residence, where Walker and his fellow police officers were implicated in the theft and dealing of drugs. When one of their colleagues threatened to reveal their secret, Walker ended up killing him. This resulted in a legal case being filed against Walker, and Charlie's father assisted Walker in getting rid of this case. Due to previous threats, Walker was compelled to search for his son. The scene abruptly cuts off. Now, at last he wants to show his friend, who goes to his uncle. His friend requests the uncle, "Please help us get fake passports so we can escape this place. The police are after us at the moment." The scene shifts to the police station where Ellie shows him a picture of her mother, who is a gangster. She explains that this gangster's son was also killed in the club that day and she will not remain silent. Meanwhile, Poker's boss arrives and warns him, "If you make a mistake again, I will dismiss you." You seem to think the police are blind even though you know and understand everything. Even after recognizing him, you denied identifying him in your statement. Here, Walker finds out from his other associate that the girl with Charlie used to work in a dump area. In the next scene, we see Charlie's dad stuck in traffic when two people on bikes approach and attack him, instructing him to speak to someone on the phone. This was the gangster whose son died inside the club that day. The gangster tells Charlie's dad that your son is responsible for my son's death and I want your son at any cost. All these, he was terrified. He arrived at the place where Mia, a friend to many kids, worked. There, he encounters Mia's uncle and inquires about investigating Mia. At first, the uncle declines to reveal anything about Mia, but then Walker threatens him. Showing his ID, he reveals that Mia and Charlie are both planning to flee the country. Meanwhile, Walker hears the sound of police cars approaching from outside and warns, "If the police ask you about me, deny it completely, otherwise I will kill you." Here, we see that Mother has captured a third accomplice of Charlie. The boy becomes quite frightened upon seeing Mother and explains that he is not at fault. He was sitting outside the car that night and only saw these masked people. 3 individuals went inside the club and they were the ones who did the shooting. I don't want to know about Charlie, but I can tell you about Charlie's friend Mia and help you reach her. If you don't harm me, then in the next scene, we see Walker, who has come to the club to give Mia her passport, which he got from her uncle. Walker tells Mia that her life is in danger. At this time, both the police and Mother's people are after you. If you want to save your life, cooperate with me. Only I can save you, so tell me Charlie's whereabouts. However, Mia firmly denies knowing Charlie at all. She had just said this when the police officers arrived. Mian, upon seeing the police officers, wants to express her gratitude and tells Walker an interesting fact that on the night the club was attacked, she saw the face of one of the masked men. It was the same police officer who was approaching them. Hearing this, Walker was also taken aback. Now, those police officers come over to Walker and instead of behaving like officers, they act like thugs, demanding, "Hand over this boy to us because his friend has caused us significant harm." Walker responds to them in their own language and says, "I am unable to hand him over to you because I still require him for a particular purpose." This results in a confrontation between myself and these 3 police officers, and during this time, the Mother gangsters also arrive and commence shooting at Mia the moment they catch sight of her. Pocket tries very hard to protect Mia, but there were too many people opposing them. To save herself, Mia fights back and Walker joins her. Now, both the police and the Mother gangsters people want to take Mia. This leads to a fight among them. Meanwhile, Charlie also arrives. Seeing Charlie, everyone starts firing at him as well, and then he takes Mia to Childwood Chaudhry and says, "Come with me, only I can save your life, no one else." They escape. The trio of police officers discharged their firearms at them from a lower position. Evading the bullets, they succeeded in reaching their vehicle outside, only to discover that the remainder of the Mother gang was lying in wait for them and commenced firing. It was at that moment they realized their own companion had betrayed them by informing the Mother gangster about their whereabouts. Walker, Mia, and Charlie successfully fled from both the police officers and the Mother gangsters. Walker contacts his friend Eli and imparts some extremely startling news. It turns out the case wasn't as they thought. The 3 officers supposedly after the drug criminals didn't actually want to catch them. They wanted the drugs for themselves. They were fakes, pretending to be police and were in league with the drug mafia. This whole truth because A 4th police officer had found out, so they put him forward as part of the plan, orchestrating an accident so that no one would suspect them. The police officer might die and their secret would remain hidden, but the officer survived. From the scene, he says, "Go to that officer and save his life," he explains. Not only that, but the known criminals who attacked the club were also these officers. Now we see those officers who have just been killed in a shooting, and only these 2 people are left. Among them, Akindenia. The gangster's brother calls China, telling him to do a job for them. He must go to the hospital and kill the injured officer, who knows everything and will talk once awake. Ellen B has already reached the hospital, but before she can get to the officer, China has shot him multiple times, killing him. While leaving, Ching also shoots the officer's wife, an eyewitness to the murder. She had seen it all. To catch Ching, she starts firing at him, and Ching fires back at her. Annie, with great cleverness, manages to dodge him and finally succeeds in shooting him in the leg, capturing him in the process. Ellie Foran goes to Walker's house, where Walker's wife informs her that he doesn't live there but rather in the woods. She was just about to go to Walker when a message arrived on Chin's phone. The police officer who had Chin kill the injured officer was calling him to make a deal. Ellie went to the same place, and as soon as the officers arrived, Ellie captured both of them as well. Because Chin was already captured, she had already been apprehended. Meanwhile, we observe Pocket residing at home alongside Charlie and Urmila. He swiftly contacts Charlie's father, eagerly announcing that Charlie has been located. However, it was contrary to their expectations. Charlie's father had already been seized by the mother gangster, and now she is aware as well. The mother gangster, resolute in her quest to locate them, commands Charlie's capture, convinced that Charlie was responsible for her son's demise. Numerous members of her crew are at Walker's. They start firing, in response to which Walker and Charlie also fire back at them. However, Walker and Charlie manage to protect themselves as they are inside the house. The thugs tried to enter the house from below, but Walker shot them in time. The way out was also blocked. Enemies were everywhere. At this moment, the mother's right-hand woman, who was a combat fighting champion, arrived. She started fighting with Walker. Walker was already covered and exhausted from the illness, and he fell down. The woman beat Walker severely, and just when she was about to kill him, Walker cleverly used a gun lying nearby to shoot her, while outside it was shown to us. Charlie and Mia had been captured by the mother gangster, who had also brought Charlie's dad here. She tells the dad that because of his daughter, her son is no longer hers. She loved him very much, and now she will give him the same pain that he gave her. She will kill his friend whom he loves. This will also show there is a lot of love here. How does it feel to die? And I will not do this job with my own hands. She hands the gun to Charlie's dad and says, Mia, do it before the fake dad completes this task. Ahliaz is here, and she reveals the whole truth to the mother gangster. She had also brought along those police officers who had killed the mother gangster's son. She revealed that your brother was also involved with them. Charlie and Mia are not to blame. They were only here to return your son's money. The real blame lies with these two police officers. It's our brother's fault. To save himself, that police officer snatches a gun from someone here and starts shooting at Ellie because Ellie had set him up, and if he survived, he would have been trapped further. Meanwhile, the murder gang, not just the symbol but in a fit of rage, was about to shoot her own brother, but her brother fires at her first and she dies right there. After that, the police officers who had come to the club that day disguised as imposters tried to kill Charlie and Mia because they were witnesses to that day's events. However, here Charlie's dad steps in for his son. He steps in and takes the bullets himself, sacrificing his life. Witnessing the chaos, Walker also comes out and starts shooting at the people there to save his partner Ellie. He manages to shoot and eliminate one of the corrupt police officers. There was only one officer left, who attempted to flee with a bag of money. However, Walker pursued him and shot at him. While dying, the officer shot back at Walker, but Walker was only injured, and the officer died. Here, it is seen that nearly everyone was killed, but Mia and Charlie were still alive. They attempt to escape in a car when Ali tells them, "It would be better if you surrender to the police. Your crime is minor. You only stole drugs. You won't be safe in police custody. Now that Ching will take over the mother gangster's place, his people will surely kill you." Mia and Charlie do not heed his advice and leave. After this, Ellie comes to Walker, where Walker tells her, "You should arrest me because, in a way, I was supporting the criminals. But please make sure my purchased gift reaches my daughter." As soon as he says this, the sound of many police sirens is heard, and the movie ends here.